My name is Frank Farnham, and I have poetry to bring to you this afternoon, and I hope you enjoy it. So, you know, I've written about the Merrimack, and it's understandable that I do that because my mom was taken out of school and put into the mills as a little girl in the wood mills on Merrimack Street. And she never talked about it, but I'm sure she suffered it. Anyway, that's what got me involved in this to begin with. So this is what I wrote. The title of this poem is Prelude. And I wrote, I hear the rolling thunder in the river's spill over the great stone dam. I hear the turbines throb and smell the oil-soaked floors beneath my feet. The grip of youth and slavery's clock, it is for these I weep. I curse the broken threads that I must mend, the great stone dam, driving history down and down to an ancient sea. The grip of youth in the Lawrence Mills, this tyranny, this slavery. The trickle and the swell. Where the trickle grows, the river swells down to a dark blue sea. Ripples on a pond touch unseen shores with stark clarity. Harvest of a script etched in this bony clay, gathered in the rough for what we do and what we say. Our lives entwined full circle comes reality of brushstroke and pen. We alone frame and create. Where darkness swallows light, still the North Star shines, a beacon in the night. To the mariner lost and the flock, shivering in the cold windswept plains. All are saved, none are lost. Both the harbor's safe embrace and the flock through the peaceful pasture gate. In our last gasp and breath cry out, Ma, Ma. Vintage wine peels before mother's milk. Through this and beyond the clock we survive. Indeed, we grow and flourish in our woven lives. From the manger to the palace gold, it is to the manger, not the palace, our hearts belong. In our heart of hearts, embrace the manger and sing the shepherd's joyous song. The title of this poem is By the Side of the Road. A tamed foe, furrowed brow and doubt. Can you hear me now? Rings true throughout. Where the frown ends, doubt retreats. Can you hear me now? Sings into life hope anew. The well-attended easily pay. Not so are the lesser, in faith never stray. While those who weave gold thread from tawdry rags, they too are fathomed for what they do, not what they say. The cold tear grows trite with time, but to those who know sincerity, the lie is truly far outweighed. Can you hear me now? The needful warmth embraced. When asked, do you show the lies deceit, he replied, we are all human beings and all feel pain. Can you hear me now? Echoes loud and clear down the halls of time, for sincerity far outweighs the stain. I don't know if this is touching you, but it did me, certainly enough. I wrote this, the Merrimack. I have walked these gritty shores in search of a key to unlock the past to a city's destiny. I do not know her source before the mills were built, but hear their thunder when wool was spun from somewhere deep within the river's run. Along her shores still the wildflowers bloom as though in defiance of a desert's noon. In the fall's wild cascade where the river turned in her massive day, the clock tower stopped on history's stage. We can read her book and learn where blood and tears stained every page. a gull fly over. And I decided that this should be the title of my poem. Or indeed it is. The title of the poem is Flight of the Gull. In dawn's sharp chill beyond her crest, I feel the thunder of the looms deep within my breast. They tell a tale of pain, the immigrant's plight, uprooted from their homes in a long dark night. Here on the river shores they made their stand. Here to America came this troubled band. I turned to the falls of the great stone dam and turned again to see downstream where the river chased and ran, down to a blackened sea, a sea that sank the river's might, but could not drown the tears and pain where the lonely gull took flight. It is very early March, and I'm delighted with it because it means spring is on the way. And so I turn my attention to this beautiful time of the year, this hopeful time of the year. And I wrote this, spring. Mere survivors in your keep, we come to you in awe, in dawn's quiet hour, about your scented sod, and listen with an inner ear to feel as much as see what to us you have brought in your sweeping symphony. Gentle now, your winds dance from fold to fold, and play among your flowers where they impassioned grow. The rascals that we are walk your rutted trails to play among your towering pines on this a joyous April day. And I wrote, the more I got involved in writing about this time of the year, the more excited I found myself getting to read more and to write more. So I wrote this, a prayer at springtime. Beneath the ice there stirs unseen the birth of spring. The sun will brush his feathers where the robin takes his cue to sing. From straw to grass, green whiskers poke through the mossy wall, so eager to etch the path. We stroll by the graceful knoll, as one with spring at last, at last. Grass and robin not alone in wait, their time is ours to sing, and look for them to mark the page, to call us out on an April's day, to laugh and play along the path, and touch the dogwood bud without the need of a looking glass. Spring is ours and we are hers, as one together of life, of earth, and the eternal universe. Our roots are simple, our needs the same. Snow to the flower, now on the wane, leaving us to grow in mind and spirit. Rejoice, rejoice, it's spring again. The title of this poem is The Robin, and here is what I wrote. The hill above the river from the ridge where I took rest marked well its place and where it ought to be, the robin to her nest. Fog stole my sweep, and so I shuffled to the river's edge, afforded there a closer view in boots used to the wet. The river neither grand nor great, neither recalled for its past, but held about it a certain grace, all tangled up in weed and grass. So it is in spring, the river to the shore. So it is when the robin sings to love the river more. Its beauty caught in hazy stare, my eye was quickly set. Yellow straw plucked from the shore, the robin to her nest. I'm going to skip one of these to read this. I think it's important that you hear it. I wrote, a light for me, a light for me. This is what I wrote. Just down the road I could see where the yellow window light would be. In the dark and drifty snow, ruts told my feet where they should go. Straight ahead and round the bend, footprints telling where I've been, out again and back again, past the silent pond and through the glen. The little light yet beckoned me, a warmer, fairer place to be, about on a darkened night, taken there by a candlelight, with the snow cast clean and bright. All felt serene and right, taken there by a candlelight. A bond in springtime. Not much mystery to this subject matter, is there, ladies and gentlemen? Indeed, there isn't. Huddled in a misty glen, a bond past her prime, surveyed the melting snow about, and felt the weight of time. Ice atop her sagging back, April's sun would slip, paint chipped where it had run, laid bare where beams had split. Beckoned the warmer April sun, furrows deep and scars to bear, broken slats and glass await the handyman's repair. And mark the rage of winter's past, doors flung wide to greet a restless yearning spring. Winter's spent, he sighed, crows would bellow, sparrows sing. The rooted vane aloft spied through budding trees the sparrow's muted pate and bond where he hoped to be. Winter in her rage scarred his stoic grace. Against his sighs, the lacy grass in praise of him would pray. A coat of paint to stir his soul and weather vane to crown the waiting month of May when village folks come round. Beneath the ice there stirs unseen the birth of spring. The sun will brush his feathers where the robin takes his cue to sing. From straw to grass, green whiskers poked through the mossy wall, so eager to etch the path. We stroll by the graceful knoll, as one with spring, at last, at last. Grass and robin not alone in wait, their time is ours to sing, to call us out on an April day, laugh and play along the path, and touch the dogwood bud without the need of a looking glass. Spring is ours and we are hers, as one together of life, of earth, and the eternal universe. Our roots are simple, our needs the same. Snow to the flower, now on the wane, leaving us to grow in mind and spirit. Rejoice, rejoice, it's spring again. Ladies and gentlemen, I love to write, and it's a great opportunity for me to be able to actually get work out into the public where people can appreciate it or not. Either way, it needs some attention, and you're very, very useful in that respect. So thank you very much, and good afternoon.